Hello and welcome to this session. This is Professor Farhat, in which we will work on the IMA Ethical Guidelines, the Institute of Management Accountant. As a future CMA, you need to be familiar with this ethical guideline. Just like any professional field, whether it's CPA, medical field, engineering, we have ethical guidelines. And the IMA provide the ethical guidelines for the CPAs. And the IMA provide those ethical guidelines to future CMAs. They must follow when working in management accounting and financial management. So those ethical expectations are known as the IMA Statement of Ethical Professional Practice, and you need to know them if you want to pass this exam. The statement contains 4 major ethical standards that guide professional behavior, guide your professional behavior as a CMA. They provide framework for you to evaluate whether accountants are acting responsibly and ethically in their professional roles. The 4 ethical standards are competency, you need to be competent, confidentiality, integrity, and credibility. Now in practice, ethical dilemma, when you have an ethical situation, it might involve more than one of these standards at the same time. For example, you could be involved in a financial data violation that both touches upon confidentiality and integrity. So it's not you can place each case into one category. That's why they are all interrelated. So the purpose of these standards is to create a benchmark. Benchmark for what? For ethical conduct. This will help organizations, and specifically CMAs who are working with these organizations, to evaluate whether professional actions align with acceptable ethical behavior. Now for the CMA exam, we need to know the basic rules, what's called the baseline. In the real world, those issues are a little bit more involved, but at least we need to learn the baseline, and we'll talk about the baseline in this session as a future CMA. So let's go ahead and dive into one of those ethical standards, competency. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, FarhatLectures.com. Accounting doesn't have to feel confusing or overwhelming. Most students, CPA and CMA candidates, struggle not because accounting is too hard, but because it's taught fast, skip steps, and assume certain knowledge you should already know. Everything starts to feel disconnected. At Farhat Lectures, we break accounting down into baby steps. We explain the why, the logic behind each concept, and how everything's connected so it finally makes sense. When the fundamentals click, accounting becomes clear and manageable. You stop memorizing rules and start truly understanding accounting. Ready for accounting to make sense? Start your free trial at farhatlectures.com. What is the competency standard? Well, what does it mean to be competent? Competent means you know what you are doing, focuses on your professional ability and responsibility as an accountant. What would you think competency require? It would require that you can do your work with the appropriate knowledge, skill, and diligence. Now, you could be doing your work skillfully in a diligent way, but for unethical purposes. So you know what you're doing, you know how to cheat. That's not what we're talking about here. The knowledge, the skill, and the diligence cannot be, in a sense, evil. They have to be put for a good cause. So the competency standard comes with several expectations. It's not like, okay, you know what you're doing, that's good enough. Well, sometimes you know what you're doing, you can cheat, but that's not the case. So the first thing that solidifies this competency is you have to maintain continuous professional knowledge and skills. What does that mean? It means on a regular basis, you need to update your knowledge to remain competent in your field. Why? Because you always have new accounting standard, tax law changes, financial regulation, and guess what? Technology frequently change, because technology is the tools that you will be using at work. Because of these changes, continuous changes, accountant must engage in ongoing learning, professional development, and continuous education, what's called CPA. Now think about other profession. Do you want a surgeon or a medical doctor to perform a surgery on you if they haven't read a medical journal in the past 5 years. Same concept here. You want accounting to be updated on accounting standard, on tax law, on using the latest technology. It's not only that, they have to follow professional standard and legal standard. You know what you're doing. But again, you cannot be evil. Accountant must perform duties in compliance with applicable laws. Otherwise, you will face penalties. It could be fines or jail time. Accounting regulation, you have to follow GAAP, you have to follow the standard, professional standard in your industry, technical guidelines. So failure to follow these standards could lead to inaccuracy in financial reporting and or regulatory violation. So that's part of being competent, following the rules and the regulation, knowing how to follow them as well. Because at the end of the day, you need to provide reliable information for decision maker, because management accountant play a role in supporting decision making. That's the whole purpose. You would use accounting information. CMA is management accountant. You're using this information to help managers make better decision about the company. You must ensure that the information that you provide is accurate. Numbers reflect reality. You cannot provide information that's not a reflection of the real world. Clear, concise. You cannot overwhelm them, bury data in there that people don't know how to read, and timely. You cannot expect the CEO to read dense information within 2 hours to make a decision. You have to give them the information on a timely basis. It has to be clear. So because managers rely on this information to make important operational and strategic decisions. Now, when you communicate information, you have to know your limitation. What are your limitations? Well, speak up when you don't know what you are doing, especially when you don't know what you are doing. It's like you cannot fake it until you make it. You always hear this thing, fake it till you make it. It's a good motivational motto, but it's not a good thing for accounting. You have to know when you don't know, and that's part of your competency. If a professional lacks the knowledge or the resources, sometimes you may not know, or you don't have enough resources or authority to perform a task properly, you must communicate these limitations. You should let your superior know, I don't know what I'm doing, or I can't do it, or I don't have the authority to do it. For example, if you're an accountant assigned to evaluate a complex financial instrument, think about the financial crisis of 2008. You might say, I don't understand these bonds. It's good to know that you don't understand these bonds. I know it's very difficult in the real world to raise your hand and say, I don't know. We need a professional person here. We need a CFA. We need a third party. We need an independent appraisal. Competency is to know when you don't know. That's part of competency. Now, when we talk about competency, I know we talked about continuous professional education, but you have to understand the difference between basic competency and ongoing competency. Passing the CMA exam, which you will, using Farhat Lectures, demonstrate a professional baseline level of competency. It's only a baseline level. Remember, professional competency is not a one-time achievement. It's just a baseline. Think about when you get your driver's license. Well, someone get their driver's license yesterday, and you have a person that's been driving for 20 years. Well, they both have the driver's license. It doesn't mean the person that just got their license yesterday, they are as good as a driver at the person that's been driving for 20 years under various conditions. Well, getting your license means you pass the test, you know how to parallel park. Well, you get your license. I have my license too, but I've been driving for 20, 30 years. So the certification is just a baseline. You must develop your professional skills through continuous professional education, through experience, looking at accounting standard, regulatory changes, industry development, especially AI, the best practices in the profession. Also, you have to understand that when violation of the competence standard occur, when do you violate this? Well, a violation occurs when accountant fail to perform their professional standard responsibly? Well, what could be some common examples of that? Well, one thing is you manipulate financial report using incorrect accounting principle. Well, that's a violation of the competency, whether you made it an error or worse, on purpose. Producing misleading financial statement. Now, if you are misleading, that's on purpose. That's a violation of competency, of your integrity as well. Failing to apply appropriate accounting standard. This could be just sheer competency. You don't know what you're doing. Or allowing discrimination in professional conduct based on age, race, religion, nationality, or disability. So you're involving personal bias in evaluating information. What could be an example of this? You have a report from another executive or from another manager. Well, that manager, for example, they might be a female, could be from a different race, from a different religion, from a different nationality, and because of that, what's happening is you are embedding personal bias into your decision. You may scrutinize it more. You might be asking information that's not needed. So you have to keep your personal bias out as well, because that's going to affect your competency. So these are examples of actions that could undermine the credibility of the financial information and damage your trust, the trust that's placed in you as an accounting professional. But we also have to look at factors supporting professional competency. Well, high quality work, that's great. That will support this. And when do you show this? In written professional report. When you are preparing written professional report, you can show your competency. So professional must conduct, for example, when you prepare a report, the appropriate research, whatever you have to do. Well, before you submit this report, verify the facts, the computation, and the supporting data. Communicate the finding clearly. Those are all will support professional competency, as well as developing strong analytical and communication skills. Just basically, those are the opposite of the previous slide. Especially written communication is critical because these reports serve as a formal documentation used by managers, investors, regulators, and anyone else. In this session, I focused one of 4 ethical standard for the IMA. In the next session, I will focus on the other 3. Let's take a look at a multiple choice question from farhatlectures.com. Which of the following best describe the purpose of continuous professional education, or CPE? Well, is it A, to maintain accounting license only once every 5 years? So think about this. Do you have to do continuous education once every 5 years? Is that a good thing? I would say not. It should be performed more often. How often? Depending on the situation. Technology is changing a lot. For example, if you want to learn about AI is continuously changing. So A is out. B, to ensure accountant remain knowledgeable about current laws and standard. Do you think that's the purpose of CPE? I would say it's better than A for sure. You want to make sure that you remain knowledgeable about current laws and standard. I will keep B. It sounds good, but let's look at C and D. To replace professional certification exam. Do CPEs replace professional certification exam like the CMA? No. After you obtain the CMA, you need to keep your knowledge up to date because this is what continuing or continuous professional education. I will eliminate C. So I'm keeping B so far. To eliminate the need for work experience. No. Work experience is the best thing. I mean, you can read as many books, read as many journals, but CPE would not eliminate work experience. So by process of elimination, we will go back and say that B is the best answer, to remain knowledgeable about current laws, regulations, standard, and technology. Now, if you are looking at this multiple choice on Farhat Lectures, you could ask AI if you want to learn more about how the CPE relate to the competency standard. It will explain the topic for you, explain the incorrect answers as well, and best is to create another MCQ if you didn't get this question right. What should you do now? Go to Farhat Lectures, look at additional lectures, resources, multiple choice, exercises, AI tools. The best investment you can make as a CMA is invest in yourself, and God bless.